Hope, anchoring our faith in God's promises. Welcome back to our series on Introduction to the Devout Life by Francis de Sales. In our previous episode, we explored the virtue of mercy and how it embodies compassion in our lives. Today, we will focus on the vital virtue of hope. St. Francis de Sales teaches that hope is the anchor of our faith, enabling us to trust in God's promises and face the future with confidence. Let's dive into what hope means and how we can cultivate this essential virtue in our lives. Understanding hope. Hope, as defined by St. Francis de Sales, is a confident expectation of God's goodness and a belief in His promises. It is not a vague wish but a firm trust that God will fulfill His plans for us. St. Francis de Sales emphasizes that hope is rooted in our relationship with God, helping us remain steadfast during times of trial and uncertainty. Hope is a powerful force that keeps us moving forward, even when we face difficulties. It reminds us that God is faithful and that His love and grace will sustain us through our struggles. St. Francis de Sales encourages us to cultivate hope as a way to deepen our trust in God and align our hearts with His will. For example, consider a nun who faces a challenging situation in her community. Instead of becoming discouraged, she chooses to hope in God's goodness, believing that He will provide a solution. This hope fuels her resilience and allows her to approach her work with joy and confidence. The importance of hope in our vocation. For those of us in religious life, hope is essential for navigating the challenges of our vocations. St. Francis de Sales teaches that hope keeps us anchored in God's promises, especially during times of difficulty and uncertainty. Hope empowers us to remain committed to our mission, trusting that God is at work in our lives and in the lives of those we serve. It allows us to face challenges with courage and to inspire others through our example of faith. For example, imagine a seminarian who faces doubts about his calling. Instead of succumbing to fear, he turns to prayer, seeking God's guidance and nurturing his hope. This hope not only reassures him but also helps him continue his formation with renewed dedication. The obstacles to hope. While hope is a beautiful virtue, there are obstacles that can hinder our ability to cultivate it. St. Francis de Sales identifies several challenges we may face. Obstacle number 1, despair. Despair can cloud our ability to see God's goodness. When we focus on our problems or feel overwhelmed by our circumstances, it becomes easy to lose hope. St. Francis de Sales encourages us to encounter or to counter despair with prayer and by reminding ourselves of God's faithfulness. Obstacle number 2, doubt. Doubt can undermine our hope. When we question God's promises or His ability to provide for us, we may feel disheartened. St. Francis de Sales teaches us to cultivate a firm foundation of faith, recognizing that doubt is a natural part of the spiritual journey but should not define our relationship with God. How to cultivate hope? So, how can we actively cultivate hope in our lives? St. Francis de Sales offers some practical steps. Step number 1, daily prayer. Engage in daily prayer, asking God to strengthen your hope. Regular communication with God helps us to align our hearts with His promises and reinforces our trust in Him. Step number 2. Reflect on God's promises. Take time to reflect on God's promises in the scripture. Reading and meditation on passages that speak of hope can inspire and encourage us during challenging times. Step number 3. Share your hope with others. When we express our trust in God and share our testimonies, we inspire those around us to cultivate their own hope and faith. The fruits of hope. St. Francis de Sales teaches that cultivating hope leads to greater peace, joy, and spiritual resilience. When we nurture hope in our hearts, we become more grounded in our faith and better equipped to face life's challenges. Hope not only enriches our own lives, but also positively impacts those around us. It enables us to bring light to others' struggles, reminding them of God's goodness and faithfulness. In conclusion, hope is a vital virtue for living the devout life. St. Francis de Sales invites us to embrace this virtue as a means of trusting in God's promises and navigating the challenges we face. By cultivating hope through daily prayer, reflection on Scripture, and sharing our hope with others, we can deepen our relationship with God and inspire those around us. As we wrap up, let's review a few key takeaways from today's session on hope. Number 1, hope is confident expectation. It is rooted in trust in God's goodness and His promises for our lives. Number 2, hope is vital in our vocation. Cultivating hope enables us to navigate challenges with faith and inspires others in their journeys. Number 3, recognize obstacles to hope. Despair and doubt can hinder our ability to cultivate hope. Seek to overcome these challenges through prayer. Number 4, practical steps to cultivate hope. Engage in daily prayer, reflect on God's promises, and share your hope with others. Number 5, the fruit of hope is resilience. Cultivating hope leads to greater peace, joy, and spiritual strength in the face of life's challenges. Thank you for joining me today as we explored the importance of hope in our spiritual lives. And in our next episode, we will discuss the significance of love as the highest virtue and how it empowers us to live fully in our faith. Until then, live Jesus.